In the digital world, there's this constant war being fought in the shadows. It's a really high-stakes game of cat and mouse between those who want to watch your every move online and those who want to remain completely invisible. Today, we're diving right into the heart of that battle. So let's just kick things off with the question that honestly might sound a little strange. If VPNs are supposed to be all about privacy, why are they so often incredibly easy to block? It feels like a paradox, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unravel in this explainer.
All right, so here's the real heart of the issue. Even though your VPN encrypts all your data, it can't just make it disappear. The very act of wrapping your traffic up in that nice secure layer creates its own unique signature, what you could call a digital fingerprint that can be spotted from a mile away.
So how do they find these fingerprints? Well, they use this incredibly sophisticated tool called Deep Packet Inspection, or DPI. The best way to think about it is like a digital border guard that doesn't just glance at your passport. Oh no, it opens up every single digital suitcase to see exactly what's inside. Governments, your internet provider, even your office network can use DPI to spot the telltale signs of a VPN and then, boom, block it or just slow it down to a crawl.
Okay, so this is where you can really see that cat and mouse game in action. Over on the left, you've got your standard VPN traffic. It has these predictable patterns, like a secret handshake that's always the same, or using a specific port that basically acts like a well-known getaway route. Then on the right, you have the wild, unpredictable, beautiful mess of normal internet traffic. DPI is literally trained to spot the neat, orderly soldier in uniform, the VPN, standing in the middle of a chaotic carnival. It just sticks out.
So if VPNs get caught because, well, they look like VPNs, what's the solution? It's actually pretty simple. In theory, stop looking like a VPN. And this is where our first piece of really clever technology comes into play: stealth mode. The goal here isn't just to be encrypted, it's to blend in so perfectly that you basically disappear into the crowd.
And the magic behind this is a technique called obfuscation, which I know sounds super technical, but it's really just a fancy word for camouflage. This custom protocol takes your VPN traffic and puts it in a perfect disguise, making it look exactly like the billions of other secure connections that are happening every single second. Its one and only job is to be so incredibly, boringly normal that it's invisible to those DPI systems.
And here's how that disguise gets made, in 4 pretty brilliant steps. Think of it like you're sending a top-secret message. First, your data gets encrypted with WireGuard. That's your secret message written in a code nobody can crack. Then, that coded message is put inside a completely normal-looking envelope, a TLS layer, the exact same kind used by pretty much every secure website. Next, you send it through the main post office, port 443, right alongside millions of other letters. And the result? To anyone watching, it just looks like you're sending a regular old letter. The secret is hidden in plain sight.
And this right here is why that disguise is so genius. We're talking about over 95% of the entire internet running on HTTPS. By making your VPN look like one of those connections, you're not just hiding in a crowd, you're hiding in the biggest crowd in human history. To block you, a sensor would literally have to shut down almost the entire modern internet. And that's a price very, very few are willing to pay.
But, hiding your traffic is only half the battle. What happens if the spies aren't watching the road? What if they're watching the destination? What if that VPN server you're connecting to, your digital safehouse, is actually being monitored?
I mean, think about it for a second. Even with the world's best disguise, if an adversary can just sit there and watch all the traffic going into a VPN server and all the traffic coming out of it, they can match up the patterns and connect the dots right back to you. The server itself becomes the weakest link in the chain. So, the solution here isn't a better disguise, it's a much better getaway plan. And that's where something called Secure Core comes in. Instead of taking a direct route, your traffic takes a secret detour through a super-hardened, high-security server before it ever reaches its final stop. It's basically like changing cars in a secure underground garage to throw off anyone who might be tailing you.
And you can see the difference so clearly right here. On the left, a traditional VPN is just a straight line. If someone is watching that server, the trail leads right back to you. But then look to the right with Secure Core. That trail is completely broken. The final server, the one the rest of the internet sees, has no idea where you're really coming from. It only sees traffic from that Secure Core server. The chain of evidence is snapped right into.
And this getaway plan? It has another layer of protection that isn't technical at all. It's what you could call legal armor. These secure core servers aren't just located anywhere. They're physically located in countries like Switzerland, Iceland, and Sweden, places that were specifically chosen for their ironclad privacy laws.
So now you have powerful technical protection and powerful legal protection working hand in hand.
Okay, so let's put these two pieces together. You have the disguise, which is stealth mode, and you have the getaway, which is secure core. And these aren't just two separate tricks, they're two layers of one incredibly powerful shield.
This table, honestly, is the key to understanding the whole thing. It lays it all out. Stealth mode is your disguise, and it protects you from censorship and blocking. Secure core is your secret route, and it protects you from surveillance. One makes your car look like every other car on the highway. The other makes sure no one can follow you from your house to your destination. Together, they make you a ghost in the machine.
Look, this is all incredibly clever tech for sure, but it's way more than just a cool engineering puzzle. This is about something so much bigger. For millions of people all around the world, this isn't just about privacy, it's about survival.
You know, the list of people who actually rely on this kind of technology is probably a lot longer than you'd think. We're talking about journalists trying to protect their sources, activists fighting for basic human rights, and just regular citizens in authoritarian countries trying to get a glimpse of the outside world. But honestly, it's also for anyone who just believes that what they do online should be their business and their business alone. This technology is a lifeline for a free and open internet.
And this impact isn't theoretical. It's very, very real. Just listen to this, from a journalist working in a restricted region. Without stealth mode, I couldn't have transmitted my reports past the censorship systems. For this person, this technology wasn't just some feature. It was the difference between being silenced and ensuring a free press.
And it's not just about getting stories out. It's also about getting information in. This quote from a student in a censored nation really hits home. For them, this technology is about the fundamental right to seek out the truth, to learn, and to form their own opinions, a right that's under threat in so many places.
So, we've seen where things stand right now in this incredible digital arms race. But this battle, it is nowhere near over. As the tools of surveillance get more and more sophisticated, the tools of privacy will have to keep evolving. Which leaves us with a final, really fascinating question. What's the next move in this endless game of cat and mouse?